Welcome to the season finale here in the Montreal Expos franchise. Season 3 has been a whole lot of fun, and we finally come to an end here in the regular season, and we are in full control here in Season 3, 85-52. I mean, we are 19 wins more than last year, and we still have a month worth of games left. I mean, this has just been a crazy season this year. But we have been a little injury riddled. Cal Mitchell's obviously coming back, but he's been gone for 2 months. We have Whit Merrifield, who is hurt for 1 to 2 months. So Andrew Monasterio is going to really have to step up in his absence. And then last episode, we saw John Means with a head fracture. Now, if you play MLB The Show, you know that's a very serious injury. It often ends guys' careers. So I want to first take a look at the guys at the September call-ups as we enter this month. Luis Davila, I don't know what happened, but we promoted him to AAA, and all of a sudden he is red hot, hitting 420 in about 70 at-bats. We're not going to promote him, though. We're going to leave him down and let him continue to develop for the rest of the season. We will move up Jax Biggers, who had a couple of string of months where he was like our hottest hitter in our organization. He gets moved up. We had an episode featuring him, and also Ray Molina will get his opportunity as well. And now we look to finish the month of September strong as we enter this playoff kind of preparation period for us, because we're just doing so well. I don't see us falling off of the face of the earth here and falling out of the playoff race. But Emmett Sheehan will face the New York Mets, and the Mets are also vying for a playoff spot here towards the end of the year. So this series does mean a lot, and this whole month does as well. So here's Emmett Sheehan facing C.J. Abrams to lead it off, and he goes the opposite field, back at the warning track, and a leadoff home run for C.J. Abrams, one of the bright young shortstops in the MLB. That's his 20th on the year, a career high, and he makes it 1-0. So we are in front of the home crowd as we're looking to pack the stands here heading into the playoffs as well, as Emmett Sheehan continues this inning, and that one is going to be a hit down the third base line. It's fair. Drew Gilbert will have a double right after the leadoff home run by Abrams. So I really want to make sure that Sheehan's in good form going into the playoffs as he faces one of the best hitters in the NL, Jeff McNeil, the former batting champ, will ground up the middle, and that one will be an easy out at first, as that brings up Francisco Lindor with 2 outs, and it's a called strike 3 on a nasty curveball, and it gets him looking. So now we move into the middle part of this game as they will have Kodai Senga on the mound here, as he is pretty good. He's having a pretty decent year. I said the middle part of this game. I meant the bottom half of the first, as that brings up Andrew Monasterio, who is replacing Whit Merrifield here in this last month of the season or so. And it's really a tryout audition for him, because will he be our second baseman going into the playoffs? I'm not really sure. Vladdy Jr. up to the plate now, hitting .305 on the year. He hits a rocket to second base, right to McNeil, but an easy double play ball here for the Mets. And we get out of that first inning with nothing doing. Here on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Monasterio up again. It's still a 1-0 game, by the way, as Monasterio has been hitting leadoff here since taking over for Whit Merrifield. We don't have much speed that can hit in that leadoff spot, so Monasterio is going to be there. He does walk for his second walk of the game. Blake Sabol to the plate now. He's hitting around 280 on the year, and he hits a rocket up the middle. That one will be a single. Blake Sabol has been such a fun player to play with. Like I said, the future for him might just be in the corner outfield. Who knows? Here is Vladdy Jr. back to the plate now, 0 for 2, a high fastball, and he's just a bit late on it. It's going to be a fly ball to center field, and the throw will be on to third, but we will hold up the runner, obviously. And now with 1 out, that's going to bring up Bill Hedger along with Augustus Macklin, who's hitting 4 and 5 in the lineup. And Hedger gets one right over the middle. Good timing on the fork ball, but it's an easy double play to the third baseman. and the Mets get out of that inning. No damage done. Bottom 7 now. Another runner in scoring position. And Barger can't come through on the sinker right over the middle of the plate. And Gregory Soto gets him to swing and miss. Now we move to the bottom of the 9th inning. Nothing doing yet. It is still 1-0. Here is Edwin Diaz on the mound facing Hedger. And Hedger gets the best of him that time with a hit to the left side, getting through the infield. That's going to bring in Dairon Blanco off the bench to pinch run. He's got 99 speed still. He's going to play a big role in the playoffs, especially with pinch run situations. And here is Amac coming to the plate and going to opposite field. And now we have runners on first and second here. No outs. Down by 1 run in front of the hometown fans. It's tailor-made for a photo finish here. Dylan Moore, also one of those guys that could be considered in that second base role going into the playoffs with Whit Merrifield being hurt, but that time he just flies out to right. So it brings up B.J. Gibbs, moved up here at the September call-ups or just before. That one's a short fly ball into center field. And now 2 outs just like that. So we had 2 leadoff runners here and now 2 straight outs. And the Mets go to the bullpen, bring in Austin Adams here to get them out of this situation. Because I don't know what happened. They just must not have believed in Edwin Diaz there. As now that brings up Addison Barger here with 2 outs, and he just hits a little soft fly ball to left field. And the Mets allow 2 straight base runners in the 9th and then get 3 straight outs. And we lose this one 1-0 for Adams' first save on the year, by the way. Emmett Sheehan gets his 7th loss on the season as well. So facing divisional opponents here at the beginning of the month of September with the Mets and the Marlins back-to-back. And we get to the end of the first week, and here's Andrew Monasterio with a chance to hit for the cycle. He needs a triple here. I decide to hop into this scenario because we don't get many of these, and we'll see what Monasterio can do. 3 for 3 today, and a pitch right over the middle. Actually pretty good timing on that swing. Could have went to right center field on that one, just late timing, and instead it's just a infield fly. We end up going on to win that game 13-0 though, and the Marlins had 10 hits and didn't even score 1 run. That's just an amazing game here for the Expos, and we've just had a lot of games like that where we just have been blowing teams out of the water, and our offense has been scoring a lot of runs, but it's really our pitching that's setting the tone, and our hitting just kind of catches up. But we do get good news, and we knew it was coming. Cal Mitchell will make his return here to the MLB level, and he will play right away, and I want to see his debut here as we don't send him to a rehab assignment. We pretty much put him right back in the lineup just to get his feet wet and get him warmed up before heading into the playoffs. He's definitely going to come out cold, but we'll see if he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. He's hitting .284 on the year now, facing the Cincinnati Reds at Great American Ballpark, and that one is a ground ball to short. And he had an opportunity to bring in a run there, but we do go up 1-0 after the first. Top 4 now. Here's Cal Mitchell. Now, the one great thing I love about Mitchell, he hits well versus left and right-handed pitching, and that's one thing I value with him. Here's one up in the zone. That one probably would have been ball 4 right there, but Mitchell does wave at it, and that's a fly ball to left field. So 0 for 2 here for Mitchell, coming back from injury. Now down 4-1. Here is Mitchell walking for his 3rd AB as we move on to the top of the 9th inning. Now facing Alexis Diaz. As Mitchell looking for his first hit coming off of injury. Runner on first base. I believe that is Vladdy Jr. And here is a drive to right center field. This one's back at the wall. It does remain in the yard. Vladdy Jr. rounds 3rd. Heads home. The throw home will not be in time. And Mitchell does come up with an RBI double here in the 9th inning. Definitely just wanted to get his bat going a little bit. And I think we did the job today. We do end up losing this game, though, 2-4, and one thing I am looking for going into the playoffs is these key players like Cal Mitchell, like guys like Joe Adell to hit well, because the role players really need to come up big in the playoffs. We know what the superstars are going to do. We just need those role players to also step up. So now we have 91 wins on the season, make it 92 after that 4-0 victory versus the Cincinnati Reds. We do win 2 of 3 on the road versus the Reds. We go on the road to New York and end up losing 3 straight. And now we're up 4-0 in this final game. So we do drop 3 of 4 on the road. But then we get more injury news. Dwayne Underwood is going to be out for 1 to 2 months. Underwood, we picked him up in the Rule 5 draft back in season number 2's off season. And now we head to the middle of the month of September. And now we check out more of our big guns here. Here is Vladdy Jr. to the plate now. Down 4-0, but a chance to extend that hitting streak. And it will end there with the chopper down the third baseline. And the Arizona Diamondbacks do get the best of us. They were actually below 500 with their record, not having a great season. But Corbin Carroll still having a terrific year for the Arizona Cardinals. They're also fighting for a playoff spot. But here we actually go back home and we play the Philadelphia Phillies. And they are also 84-78, just over 500. And we find out that our AA and AAA affiliates don't make the playoffs. I'm not sure why, but we have just not been good as far as team success at the AAA and AA levels. For some reason, I don't know what it is. We have a lot of great prospects, just doesn't turn into wins. And we get to the final week of the season, and I wanted to really focus this episode on specific players getting ready for the playoffs. And now we go for win number 100 on the year, by the way. With 2 games remaining, we face the New York Yankees on the road. They go up 3-0 on Aaron Savale, so versus our ace, they're doing pretty well. But we hop into this game now, top 7, with Augustus Macklin up to the plate. A crucial situation here with runners on first and second. 1 out here, and he gets one over the middle of the plate. It's a perfect swing for the Rookie of the Year a year ago. A-Mac ties it up at 3 apiece, and he absolutely smokes that pitch. 461 feet, I believe, and it was just absolutely smoked. And Macklin ties this game up here in the 7th inning. And we got ourselves a ball game to get us our 100th win on the year. We go to the quick manage now. It's a 3-3 ball game, and it looks like we do get a base runner here in the top of the 9th inning, and that brings up Bill Hedger, who is the front runner for Rookie of the Year. This one's in the dirt, but look at Vladdy Jr. gets caught flat-footed and gets thrown out at first. So that's 1 out here in the top of the 9th. This at-bat continues here as Lucas Sims trying to get the Yankees to the bottom of the 9th, and Hedger has different ideas. This one, driven high, driven deep, and it stays in the yard. Aaron Judge just on the warning track, 2 outs. That brings up Blake Sabol, hitting amazing this year. Uh-oh, he hits one deep as well. Aaron Judge back at the wall, and it's caught. Aaron Judge with 2 great plays there on the warning track, and now he comes up to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Runners on the corners, and their best hitter maybe in a good while. I'm trying to think of who was the last great hitter for the Yankees to retire. Was it Derek Jeter? But here is Judge going to right field and winning this game for the Yankees. How about this? Trying to get to win number 100, and the Yankees steal it away from us as they are also battling for at least playoff position. They're going to be in the playoffs with 92 wins. But now we get to the final game of the year. Can we get that elusive 100th win on the year, or will Aaron Judge just spoil it for us? As he goes deep in the 1st inning, he's continuing his hot hitting. And look at this big second run inning. They score 3 more runs. It's now 4-0. Now on to the middle frames here. We do get out of a few innings, and the Yankees have 6 hits total, make it 7 with another one. Santiago still has plenty of energy left, but with 2 base runners on, we go to the bullpen, and we do relieve him. And now move on to the 8th inning. It's 4-2, and now our season hangs in the balance as we go to the top of the 9th for our final 3 outs of the year. Down by 2 runs. Anything could happen. Here is Blake Sabol facing Clay Holmes. That's ball 4. I wouldn't want to pitch to Blake Sabol either, the way he's been hitting the ball. Here's Augustus Macklin, who comes to the plate with an opportunity to give us a 1-run lead, but that one's just a high fly ball to left field. And now there is one out here. As that brings up B.J. Gibbs, who had an awesome end to the season last year. We gave him another opportunity once again, and he will walk here. And it loads up the bases for Addison Barger, acquired back in season 1. He goes to left field. That one is down. The throw home to tie this ball game up is in time. We tried to send Hedger that time, along with Sabol, and Verdugo has other ideas. So we're 1 run shy of a tie ball game, as that brings up the number 9 hitter, Joe Adell, a right fielder who's been money for us this year. We'll see if he's got one more great at-bat in him. A 1-1 pitch over the middle of the plate. Joe Adell comes through off of the wall. It scores 1. It's going to score 2. And the Expos take the lead. Win number 100 is on the horizon. What a clutch moment. 2 outs. Last at bat of the regular season. And Joe Adell comes through. Bottom 9, 2 outs. Here is Howard Staples, one of their draft picks, here at the plate. And here's Miguel Castro, tries to get the out at first, but good hustle that time by Staples. And that brings up Verdugo, who almost just ended our season just a second ago with that great throw home. He gets a 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Augustus Macklin over to first. And we will snag win number 100. What an amazing season it's been. And we cap it off with a great ending to the season versus the New York Yankees. 100 wins and 62 losses. We take home the division. Not only that, but the best record in the NL. But look at our division. For the first time in MLB history, 4 teams from one division make the playoffs. The Braves, Mets, and Phillies all take all 3 wild card spots. Didn't think it was possible, but it happened. And it would have been cool if, like, it can't happen realistically, but if all teams in a division made the playoffs. But that's as close as you're going to get. 4 teams. That's just incredible. But we do end up 3 wins shy of the best record in all of baseball, behind the Twins. And to recap the season really quick, I won't go into too much depth like I did last season, because obviously we're headed to the playoffs. The season is not over yet. But we do have the saves leader in Jamal Watson. We also have the ERA leader in Alexander Santiago. And not only that, John Means and Emmett Sheehan were 2 and 3 on that list. Bill Hedger is the winner of the Rookie of the Year, so we get 2 Rookie of the Years for 2 straight years. I don't know what's up with Gold Glove, but we keep winning them for pitchers, as Santiago wins a Gold Glove right there. And then we actually had Augustus Macklin leading for third base for pretty much all the year. I'm not sure what happened. He just dropped off the list. Bill Hedger finishes second with Silver Slugger DH. And for some reason, Vladdy Jr. doesn't even finish in the top 3 for Silver Slugger here for first base. He hit over 300, which we're going to look at his stats in a second. But Bill Hedger was amazing. I mean, as good as advertised. We drafted him with our first pick in this entire series. He hit 294, 370. I mean, just what else can you say about the kid? He's going to be a lot better next year, too. Vladdy Jr. hit 308. I don't know what the deal is, but he should have probably been there for Silver Slugger. Maybe it's because his RBIs were low at 75. He did hit 29 home runs. His OPS was 918, though. He had a really good first season here with the Expos. Augustus Macklin is interesting. He won Rookie of the Year last year. Obviously, I'm not sure he should have won it, but he only hit 240 or 239 last year. This year he hit 243. So not much of an improvement, just a little bit. It's just something to keep your eye on. I'm not really too worried about his batting, but he's hitting that average is pretty low right now. Addison Barger has been quite the surprise in this series. He hit 271 last year. And then he hit 255 this year. I just didn't expect him to hit this well. I thought he was going to be a guy that was just going to be a defensive shortstop. We might eventually have to replace him, but I really like Barger in this lineup. He also comes up with some pretty clutch moments. Speaking of clutch moments, how about Jo Adell in his first full-time right field job? He hits 254, OPS at 776. Those numbers aren't crazy good, but they're also not bad. Like, I will take that out of Jo Adell. Whit Merrifield had a decent season before his injury. I don't see myself bringing him back, though. He hit that 10-year MLB service cliff that MLB The Show has baked in, and he has a team option. We're probably going to decline it. Cal Mitchell going into the playoffs is hitting 274, so the average dipped a little bit, but I'm not too worried. He came off of an injury. Blake Sabol, his average was at 269. Now, he was at like 280 for a lot of the year, but he still had an OPS over 800 at 827, so really good extra base hitter, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do in the playoffs. I think I'm going to play Andrew Monasterio at second base. I think right now he's our best option there, so he will start at second here to start the playoffs. Riley Adams will bat versus lefties, but that's about it. And then Dylan Moore will be just more of a depth guy. Pitching-wise, we already know what it is. I mean, these guys were just amazing. Santiago led the MLB in ERA. His whip was also 114. Look at Savale, 114 too. Emmett Sheehan, 111. I mean, this was just as dominant as a year from a starting rotation you'll ever get. And then to add to that, after we just saw John Means go out with that head fracture, Cody Bradford went on a tear and he was just hot. So I'm really excited going into the playoffs. I'm hoping that the pitching stays hot. I'm hoping that the bullpen also stays hot because they had a good ending to the year. Buck Farmer had a good year, 121 whip, 309 ERA. Miguel Castro had a good end to the season. Obviously, we saw Jamal Watson had 52 saves, only 5 blown. But the one weak link, maybe the guy we just acquired with Garrett Crochet, 660 ERA and a 160 whip. So both of those numbers went up since we acquired him, which kind of sucks, to be honest with you. And then we saw Gary Shoemaker, who's still going to have rookie eligibility next year, by the way. He had a very strong ending to the season, over 5 starts, and we're getting ready for the playoffs. I just cannot wait. It's going to be our first playoff game of this series, and I think we're going to be set up to really be successful here. We either play the Mets or the Braves, so we'll see who wins coming out of that series. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. I hope you guys enjoy the regular season, but now it's playoff time. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I hope the rain don't